Hello guys, I'm back again. And today, I'm with the 1%. I'm not going to say his name, but I'll let him to introduce himself. He's one of the best forex traders in Zambia, one that has done it the most.
Hi, man. You good?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I know it's the first time that we've met and we got to interact a little bit during this session. But I'd like for you just to introduce yourself to the viewers. Who is Naz100? How did you start in the very few minutes?
So let me make mention of this.
Yeah.
First of all, appreciate you for coming through, right? Because you came through for the meet and greet that we had here.
Exactly.
And I don't take that for granted, right? It means a lot for me. So Mr. Naz is, let me not describe Mr. Naz first. Okay, I'm going to describe who Mr. Naz was before becoming Mr. Naz, right? So there's Nathan, the name is Mr. Naz, all right? So Nathan is basically the backbone of Mr. Naz. Right?
Exactly.
So Nathan is a very, disciplined guy who obviously streams from, I don't stream from wealth, of course, but again, I come from a very comfortable background and there's no day we slept hungry in my home, right? So most people think I come from money, but I don't really come from money. I've been trading for some years now, maybe 7 to almost 8 years now, not entirely profitable, right? So profitable maybe like, I'll say 4 to 5 years. Yeah, meaning the first 3 years I was struggling, but the first 3 to like 4 years I was really struggling. And that's always because I didn't really have like a mentor, right? And because of not having a mentor, of course, you get to have, information spread across, like you can't put things together. Yeah. All right. So mentor for me is a big word. Mentor are people who directed me in different paths, right? I'm talking about spiritually. I'm talking about, even in the trading game itself, right? Technically, fundamentally, I had guys who obviously put me on in different ways, right? So I have a couple of mentors that I got to meet that obviously put me onto this. But yeah, Mr. Naz is a very simple guy. I like to live my life in a very simple way.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like to scream myself so much. I'm not the wealthiest trader, but I'm somebody, but yeah, I'm not the wealthiest trader. Yeah. So.
What was really the why? Because most people that I've interviewed, they have the why, what kept you on the market? Because you can, if you analyze, we have 100 millions of traders around the world. Everybody's trading on the market 24/7. Now, the question is, what kept you on the market, even though you were losing? What was really the why? Was it because of the market, like you wanted to get a lot of money and become rich and drive expensive vehicle? Or maybe it was because of your background? Is it family? Is it your daughter? Is it your wife? What really was the why inside, apart from the markets?
My why actually came before my family, before my daughter, before my son, before my wife, came way, way before. Right. And I've held on to this why ever since I was in my mom and dad's house. But I realized, hey, I need to do something about my situation, right? And I expect the same of every young man who is squatting in his mom and dad's house. Well, of course, squatting is a big word for you to obviously describe. But again, if you are still in your mom and dad's house, you want to just have that realization, right? So it was like the aha moment for me. Like, hey, man, there's something you need to do about your situation, right? I can't say, much as my dad is really, really a very great person and he's done his best to really raise us and provide for us for from the time we were on this earth. But I can't really say he was entirely there for us to an extent that we wanted him to be, right? And I don't mean this to obviously belittle him. Right? I mean this because I realize there's more to life. We want to experience different things in this life.
Exactly.
And I can't put all these expectations on him. Yeah. But I had to just figure it out. Like I needed to do something about my situation. I said, okay, no, fine. Yeah. I'm struggling here and there, and I'm failing to do this, I'm failing to do that. Let me not push it all on my dad. Of course, it's old. It's old for everybody. Yeah. Everybody wants to hey, I want somebody to do something about my situation, right? So most people don't want to do something about their situation. Yeah. I had to make that decision. Wow. I told myself, I'm going to do something about my situation. And you might wonder what situation I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about seeking financial freedom. I didn't expect that to come from my dad. I didn't expect that to come from my guidance. I didn't expect that to come from my mom. I was not putting any expectation on anybody. It all came back to me like, hey, man, look, you want this kind of life, you have to work for it, right? So the why came right in that moment. And I realized, fine, there's things I can do about it. That's only if I make a decision. So my why has always been, hey, look, there's life out there. You want to experience it, you have to go work for it. And I also think I got this drive from my dad. My dad is one hell of a hardworking guy. Yeah. He works so hard. One hell of a hardworking guy. He works so hard. Like I'm telling you, even right now as I'm speaking, I know he's working somewhere. Right? Yeah, but again, I don't get the same thing.
There's a point I'd like to interrupt. There's a point that you mentioned, financial freedom. What is financial freedom to you?
Financial freedom is just being able to take care of people around you. That's according to me. If you're able to cater for the ones that you love and without them lacking, but I think you are financially free, right? You don't need to have the most money, like in terms of, like, let's say you have to buy the most luxurious cars, you have to wear the most expensive clothes, and you have to go to the most expensive trips. No, it's just you having enough for yourself and providing for the people around you, that obviously your loved ones and so on. But again, if you can only provide for yourself, you're not financially free. Yeah. Because then whatever you have is only enough for you. Yeah. It's not enough for everybody else.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Now, something that I like to stress on always when I'm having interviews is myself, I come from a software engineering background. I'm a software engineer, a cybersecurity expert, and I did this almost for a decade. Then Forex is one of the things that I looked at to say, this is something that's really going to help me to become financially free. Yep. Not just making a salary, but being able to make the money that I want to.
Money that you wanted, yeah.
But what about you? A lot of times when you speak about Forex, but I want to know, who is Nathan? What skills did he have before Forex? Yeah. What really made you or what allowed you to have the capital to invest into Forex? What do you do as Mr.
This is a long story, to be honest with you. Yes. But again, I started building skills even way before I could venture into trading. I had business skills, but I had I could market. I have marketing skills. Like today, I
from the way you speak.
Yeah, I have marketing skills. So I would use all these skills to my advantage, even though they wouldn't work the way trading works. Yeah. Trading really has put me on a platform that I didn't see myself getting to in a very short space of time. Yeah. But I mean, it might not really be short space of time, but again, according to me, it is, right? But I had marketing skills. I could sell a product, but I would go door to door trying to sell a product.
What's one product that you saw?
I've sold clothes before. Well, of course, everybody sells that. I've sold clothes. I've sold, those pipe gadgets, the ones that you put in between pipes, they're like pipe connectors. I saw those ones before, and I would steal them from my dad to go and sell them. But I started off like that again. I mean, I started off the business later on, and I stared ordering the same and trying to sell them. It wasn't like the most luxurious thing to do, right? But again, it was working for a minute, right? Not the best of business, but I have marketing skills. And they help me a lot to actually as well just penetrate different industries and be where I am today.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, one thing that I've seen from most of the Forex traders, they would trade, but they don't understand how to diversify their income. How do you diversify your income to other businesses? How do you tap into other businesses? I'll give examples of some of the businesses that you've managed to tap in, that you've managed to leverage behind to give you the capital that is needed at specific times.
So first things first, trading cannot be the only capital. If you want to make it as a trader, right, you want to ensure that you have something else established, right? Exactly. I'm not trying to undermine the potential that trading has. Trading is my life. I talk trading. I speak. I walk trading. I do everything trading. Right? But again, much as it is my main source of income, it's not the only source of income. And I have to be frank, especially on this particular interview or the podcast. Exactly. I have to be very frank about that. The importance of you having multiple streams is in the day when trading becomes so stressful, right? You won't give up, right? Because then this is one other piece of the cake. This is one other space to what I already have, right? It's like if you're an entrepreneur, you're not just trying to be a trader, right? Yeah, no, trader is like, a summarized version. So I'm an entrepreneur first before the trader. So ideally, I'm trying to tap into like different industries. Even till today, I'm trying to tap into different industries, like, get into transportation, get into agriculture. I'm already into agriculture.
Real estate as well.
Yeah, get into real estate and all these different things that I'm trying to do, right? It's all because I'm an entrepreneur first before the trader that I am now, all right? So if you're going to really just try to like lessen the burden of, the kind of stress that comes when you are trading, you want something on the side that you can do. It might not really be the craziest things. You might be selling, clothes. You might be selling gadgets. You might have friends. They sell phones and, besides their trading, they sell phones and all of that. And it works for them because in the day when they blow their accounts, they can still make money from their phone selling and push it into the markets. And they make it still. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask this last question, and I just want you to take time to think about it. When I asked the question in front there, I talked about capital. And this is something that I like stressing all the time because that's the gap that I've seen with Zambian traders. Most of them don't understand that every business has got an entry point or maybe capital, I would say. So most of them, you find that 70% of the traders who are students who are watching this, they're using their school fees, they're using their money that have been given for food, and that for you to enter into this type of business, you have to research and understand what capital has to be invested. Now, for me, I started becoming profitable in 2024 after I realized to say that I need a certain capital. I need to leverage, I need enough leverage outside of trading that can give me enough money to be able to trade. Now, when I realized that, I started utilizing it because it gave me the comfort to say, okay, I know that I can lose this money and I'll be able to trade comfortably with a rest mind. That is the breakthrough that I had. Now, I want to understand with you, what was the breakthrough? Did you just start with $100 and you built it to $1 million? Or what really happened? What was the breakthrough for you?
I didn't start with $100 and turn it into $1 million. And I can't say I started with a big amount as well, right? I started off just like any other regular person out there that wants to start trading. They want to try it out, let's say $50, $100. And much as I would say that's a good path, it also can be a limitation, right? There are lots of opportunities. And this is a market that, is based on leverage. All right. So your $100 or $50, whatever the case might be, right, is waging war against this market that's humongous. All right. So it takes a lot of skill and precision for you to still remain in the game, if at all you will, with that small amount of capital. Yeah. Right. But of course, that's the story for all of us. We all start off small and build this kind of wealth and so on. I'll give one secret. Don't undermine any skills that you have before the skill of trading that you've acquired, all right? Because then you come back to me and say, where can I get capital? And then I'll tell you have two hands. Yeah. You've got two eyes. Yeah. You've got two legs. Yeah. You can go out there, use some skills, acquire capital, and come back to a business that you've realized has got more leverage. Potential, that's got more potential. It can leverage you even better, right? And when we're talking about this subject, I'm actually remembering, I was squatting in a one room in Kabwata. I'm saying this here for the first time. That's my story as well. I was squatting in a one room in Kabwata with 5-6 figures in my bank. No way. 5 to 6 figures. I had I think 5 times the amount of money I spent on my first car, which is the Mercedes-Benz that I have. Yeah. I had 5 times that money in my bank account laying, yet squatting in a one room house, right? Why am I saying this? And what lesson am I trying to derive from this? A lot of people, when they start making it, and this is like an advice or a lesson for anybody watching this, a lot of people, when they start making it, they want to increase their lifestyle. They want to expand their lifestyle. They want to start spending money on things that they weren't spending money on before they actually started making this kind of money. Yeah. If you make your first 100K, you're not nothing. You're nobody, actually. If you make your first 200K, you're nobody. I'm really being honest with you. I'm challenging you to understand 100%. That you are nobody. 100%. 100K, you are nobody. Because there's guys out there who are making that in a split second, in few minutes. Yeah, 100%. Right? They make that much money, right? So you should know you're nobody, right? Yeah, I understand. Appreciate that and, enjoy it. But don't be so quick to increasing on your expense and trying to look luxurious, going to the most expensive clubs, going to the most expensive places and, spending money on cars or whatever the case might be, right? Try by all means to strike a balance, right? Acquire this level of consistency. Right? Over time, it has to prove itself. It's very, consistent. It has to show to you, look, there's no way this is going away from that much easily, right? But then if you can make that effortlessly, I don't see a reason why you should increase your lifestyle to that expense. It doesn't make sense to me. So it's money management also that obviously is going to keep you in the game for some time. If you are a trader watching this, you want to make sure you're managing your money. You want to make sure that you have this good and great risk style, right? Where you're putting your money, fine. Even though it's not trading, it's this business. How is my risk? Well calculated. Is it calculated? Fine, right? A lot of traders, a lot of entrepreneurs lose it so easily because they don't take calculated risk. If Nathan was watching through that camera right now, at that moment before he started trading, what advice could you give him? Looking through the camera right now. Nathan was watching this before he started trading. Is that what you mean? Before he started trading. I would advise him to would have started even way earlier than he is starting. If he's starting now. If he's starting, let's say 20, well, he should have started maybe at 18 or 17. There's no limitation. Age is just a factor, right? There's no limitation to it, right? So if Nathan's watching and he's not started trading, well, why didn't he start earlier? Just like if you're also okay, fine. Now you're starting. Fine, you could have started earlier. That also means pedal down even though you're starting now. Just add on more pressure and see how you can make this whole thing explosive, right? Trading has no limitations, but I understand the age factor. Some people feel like you could be too old for trading. You could be too young for trading. There's nothing like that, all right? As long as you can interpret this data and put it to perfection, you are capable of being a trader, right? So that's the best advice I can give Nathan. Why didn't you start earlier? Why? Fine. Start earlier. That's the best advice I can give. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Naz100. Start earlier. This is the time that you need to invest in the forex market. Now, as FXLION, we're launching a lot of tools that are going to help you journal on the market, courses that are going to actually inline you with your trading strategies and also allow you to create your own trading strategies. We want you to understand the market in the way that is being created. And the goal for FXLION is to change the narrative around forex. Forex is not gambling. Forex is a business, and that's what we're trying to do here.
to make sure people understand that forex is something that you can utilize to actually change your life. Otherwise, I just want to say thanks, Mr. Naz.
Appreciate, man. Enjoy this one.
Yeah. We have to do a second episode.
Definitely. Down for it. Anytime. Let's go. Next one, I'll be part of it. I don't know when. It's all up to this guy.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. All right. See you.